how to easily create colouring pages in Affinity Designer even if you can't draw. Hi, Kerry here from Dream Creator B, and welcome to my channel where we show you how to make money online with low content products like KDP, low content books, printables and digital planners. So in this video, I'm actually telling you about a course that I have designed that is basically about taking Affinity Designer and using it to create your own colouring pages or colouring books, but not only just taking images from, say, Creative Fabrica or Vecteezy or Freepik or from any of the other PLR providers of images. It's also about actually using a lot of the tools inside of Affinity Designer and actually making your own unique images and shapes that actually make your image unique to you or your colouring pages unique to you. So why am I telling you about this now? I actually created this earlier in the year and released it as a bundle. So if you purchase the colouring bundle from Jay Galetti, then you may already have access to this course, but the link will be down in the description if you haven't. Now I'm telling you about it is because Affinity has been running a spring sale for a couple of weeks now. They are going to end it soon. I suspect in the next 2 days. I'm sure I received an email saying that they were going to be ending it. And you can get Affinity Designer for 50% off. Now, that is a lifetime price. Maybe when they upgrade to, say, Affinity 2.0 or something like that, you might have to purchase an upgrade. I don't know. I'm not Affinity. I don't know anything about their company policies, but I do know that it's a one-time purchase as opposed to, say, any of the Adobe products where it is a monthly purchase. So at the moment, as you can see, because I'm in the UK, it says $23.99, so it's whatever currency you're in, and it's usually 50% off. Affinity Designer can be both for Windows, Mac and iPad. Now, if you've got a Windows machine and a Mac machine and an iPad and you want it on all three of those, you actually have to purchase Affinity Designer for each one of those, and any machines you have extra licenses. So there is off all of these. I'm actually waiting for Affinity Publisher to come to iPad, so that would be great when it's there. I've also purchased the Affinity Designer and Affinity Photo. Now in my course I actually cover Affinity Designer on the desktop version. iPad version is slightly different. I am in the process of actually making those videos that will be included in this course. So anything that changes, any updates or anything like that that I feel that will help, I add in those extra videos as we're going along. So whether you've purchased it now or in the future, all of those videos will be grandfathered in. So as you can see, I'm showing you how to take these different shapes and making your own unique shape. And this is the image that you actually follow me creating inside. And I actually provide you with some PLR images, which is this turtle here, the jellyfish and the crab. And then that image there I got from Creative Fabrica, and that image I actually traced from a Creative Fabrica. So if you've got your own images that you've drawn in pencil or anything, when I'm doing my own drawings, I actually create them on pencil and, well, paper should I say, first, and sketch them out. Or I might create them, say, in Procreate, sketch them out and then bring them into Affinity, and then that's where I draw them. So why do we do Affinity? Well, Affinity is fabulous because if I just bring in Affinity here, it has both vector and pixel personas. So the only thing is I'm actually only teaching you how to do it in the designer persona, which is vector based. So you can make your images big and small, you can scale them, you can change them, and I also show you how to actually go about coloring in so that you can create your own different covers. And I also show you how to actually add more artboards so you can actually create your whole book inside of Affinity Designer using artboards. So you don't need to actually take it out into, say, Affinity Publisher or into PowerPoint or into Keynote or into Canva. You can if you want, if you find it much more easier to do that once you have created your images. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go into this one here, and this is where I've just been messing about creating different shapes. So I'm just going to delete all of those and show you some of the tools that I go through. Now I cover all of these tools in here, but I don't want to overwhelm you, so I cover the ones that you need to basically know, like the artboard tool, the move tool, the node tool, the pen tool, which is my favorite tool, and these shape tools. So if we have a look here, the pen tool, I show you all the different styles that you can use, and I go through all the different modes and how to change the modes and how to convert them all within the course. I actually show you how to use the node tool, which is bringing things out, shape like that, so you can make things look unique and change them already with all the different nodes and that. I also show you how to take shapes and make them again unique by adding other shapes to them, and then using these Boolean operators up here by selecting and doing different things with them, so that you can see that's changed that shape. And then also we could do it where we add it on and it changes the shape again. So I go through all those different things there. I also explain to you about layers, and I also explain to you about how to duplicate things as well. So to duplicate in Affinity, it's Command J, and that's given me two different things there. Okay, so I can maneuver those around and start actually creating. I also go through like the pencil tool, which is a bit hard to draw if you're on a mouse. But as you could see, I had that stabilizer on. So if I take that stabilizer off, you'll see it's much harder to actually get the right shape there. And then also I talked to you about how to convert. Let me click on this shape here, how to actually convert it to curves, because at the moment all it is a tear duck shape. I can't really do much with it other than maybe stretch little bits out. But if I convert it to shapes, and then I can do different nodes, I can start maneuvering things around, changing the angle of things. I can get rid of nodes by deleting, and I can start stretching out and making more sense of my designs. So that is what basically this course is all about. It's showing you how to go about creating that color of page using different shapes and tools and getting different images from different places. And then I also show you how to go about creating your cover, and I show you how to get the right size for your artboards if you're creating an 8.5. Also, I show you about the presets. So if I do new, I show you how to go about setting out your different presets. So here I've done coloring book, and the difference between the coloring book is I've actually created the artboard with that, and when I do the page, I haven't created the artboards there. So that's the only difference there. And then I talked to you about how to add in the margins and things like that. So if you're interested, the link will be down in the description for both my course and for Affinity. If you're not interested in my course but you're interested in getting Affinity, as it's quite a powerful program, especially for the price, the link will be down in the description. Go and check out the sale before it ends. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. And if you want to be notified about any other videos I make, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And I'll put a link to some of the other videos where I have used Affinity Designer to create other products.